Hi guys, I wanted to make this video to go along with the document that I sent you about our fundraising for our trip since there have been some changes thanks to coronavirus. Writing up our grant in order to get our room and cars and other stuff paid for through the Wise Trust grant, I've come to the total of $600 is what each kid needs to be responsible for, whether or not it's raising or paying, in which we have plenty of opportunities to where we can have this paid off, where you won't have to pay anything, and we might be able to have another group dinner. This $600 pays for their flight, and it pays for most of their amusement park ticket. They chose Disney before I left for the Florida trip. I'm going to get back with them to see if that's changed or if they still want to do it. Our resort has a shuttle that goes to Disney, so we wouldn't have to pay for parking. And there is an opportunity to where if we get too hot and we want to come back and then go back to the park in order to see one of the shows or that, we have that opportunity as well, where we wouldn't have the opportunity at other amusement parks. Obviously, we cannot work the Reds games during this pandemic time. I have been speaking with Heidi Teen, and she has agreed to include our group in with hers to work concessions at the Bengals games. As soon as she gets that information, she will pass it my way to get you guys all signed up for it. As I said, I had two kids that worked, their parents each worked 2 games. So that was for 4 of them, and they made over $280 toward their amount last year. Our first fundraiser that we are working on, in which I am meeting with, I had sent out a reminder to have the students meet me up at school at noon. If they just pull up and holler out their window at me, I will take it and put it in the back seat of their car. All it is their order forms, and they gave us scent samples so that you guys can smell the scents of the candles that you are wanting to purchase. There's a lot of really good smelling ones, and these are soy candles, so they are clean burning, and the wick that they use makes them last longer as well. I have provided a website that they gave me where they will need to go on there and look for Williamstown Aerospace, and people can order the candles from there. The only difference is if they order through the website, and which is perfectly fine, because I feel like we're gonna sell a lot more on the website than we will in person. We get $5 back for a candle. However, any that you sell yourself and write it on the order form and turn that order form in, we get $7 for. This is because we aren't having to pay for the shipping and handling. So they are paying for the shipping and handling, so that's why we only get the $5. So again, I will be at school from about 12 to about 12:45, 1 o'clock, in order to for you guys to pick up your order forms and your scent samples. Please try not to be at like 1 o'clock, because I do have other places that I need to run and drop things off at. So that would be appreciated. I will be at the tables in the front of the cafeteria. So I'll be in perfect earshot if you just want to pull up in the front of school and holler for me. I'm not quite sure as to when our school goes into lockdown. I think we are going to, I think it goes in maybe May 22nd, I want to say. So as of right now, the end of our fundraiser will be May 20th. That gives you roughly about 16 days to sell. And then, and we'll keep it open longer for the website. But personal sales, that way I can get your money, meet up with you to get your money and get that turned into Melinda before we go into our school lockdown. That brings me to checks. If your customer pays with a check, please make sure that they do not put the actual date on there. They can put the month, they can put the year, and then we will fill in the date. Because of us not meeting every day, there is no way for me to collect money from you every day. And the check needs to be deposited within 24 hours of that date. So if you could do that, I would be very appreciative, so we don't have to hunt down people in order to get new checks. Another one that we came up with that it would be minimal cost for us will be, the kids talked about doing a cookbook. So what we will do is, the only cost for us would be the binding, in which my husband and I are going to pay for that. It's roughly about $25 for 100 bindings. My sister is a graphic designer, so she's going to design the cover for us using the Williamstown logo. And then my brother-in-law works at a printing place, and he is going to print the covers for us on harder cardstock. So the only money that we would need to pay out would be zero. So everything that we sell comes back at us. And I want to have these to where we can have them at our booth for Fall Fest. So I need you guys to send me recipes for your favorite appetizers, for your favorite entrees, casseroles, desserts, breads, stuff like that. And I'm working on a folder. I'm emailing school because I'm not sure how this works, to share a folder on my Google Drive with you to where you can just drop those those recipes in. And then we'll get it all together, get it all printed and put together, and then we'll have them for Fall Fest. That is the goal. So if you could have those to me by the end of August, that would be great. I'm going to send out an email to the staff as well to get them involved to see if they want to send me any of their favorite recipes as well. Nextly is Ladies' Night. This has gotten a lot of buzz after the Site-Based Council. I have a lot of people asking me about it, and they are excited about it. So I think this is going to be a success, and it also gets us to have community outreach to where we can get our community involved in our trip. If you have any friends that are willing to donate a basket, let me know. I am working on constructing a donation letter to where they can get tax breaks for that as well. We are also in need of decorative soaps, lotions, or candles, like Bath and Body Works type stuff like that, to have as prizes for the different games that we have planned for it. I know that Bath and Body Works on their website had, you had a limit of 5, but it's an everyday thing. And they were like $2.50, $3.50 a piece. I went ahead and bought some, and I'm going to probably buy a couple more every paycheck or whatever. It's $20 I can put toward it. That way we have it, and then I have a box here that I'm going to put them in. These will be great prizes for our different games. We're going to have vendors that are going to outline the outside of the gym to where our patrons can go around and buy at the vendors' tables. The cost is $50 for those vendors to be there, so that's another income that we have coming in. We will also have a raffle section to where they will have tickets to drop them in, and then at the end of the night we will draw out of those bags in order for who won that prize. So it sounds like a fun night. I am looking to possibly have it the Saturday after Orange and Black Night. That way we can make it kind of be like a Williamstown weekend. Please let me know if you think that would be too much, but I think that we can also try to sell tickets at Orange and Black Night to get even more people involved to come. So I'm really looking forward to that. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We also have Ethan Varner, who is donating his time to DJ. So we will have dancing if we want to and stuff like that. The cost of the ticket is going to be $20, and that is going to include your meal for the day, for the night. And then I am looking into getting some kind of souvenir cup with the Williamstown logo on it to also be as a thank you for them coming. Also, my last year, when I was pregnant, I had some seniors that came and did some spring landscaping for me since I couldn't do it to get senior hours. My dad has came up with an idea to where he is willing to pay $250 toward our trip if we have the students come and do like a fall landscape cleanup. Easy money. One day we get it all done. He is going to offer drinks and pizza. I do have a fire pit, so if the kids want to have a fire after they're done and have s'mores, I have plenty of that stuff as well. Kind of make it a fun day and easy $250. I don't have it on the document, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because the kids aren't going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing it out of my classroom, which is the lollipop sales. I am going to continue to sell the gourmet lollipops out of my classroom. They were a huge success last year. I sold over 1,500 of them myself. So that would be roughly about $1,200, a little less. That would go toward our trip if I can sell that many again. And I think if I start early and I go through February, I'll be more than able to sell those as well. So that will be another $1,200 going toward our trip. The next part is going to go toward our meal. Last year we started doing where we had a nice sit down meal to where we paid for it out of the money that we raised. I am looking at using our funds from our teacher lunches to pay for that. This past year, we went to Rainforest Cafe at Disney Springs. I'm looking at other restaurants at Disney Springs for us to go to because it also gives the kids some time to go around and shop and to venture off and to like just walk around and not be cooped up at the hotel. I am allotting $40 for a kid. And then they leave $5 a piece for the tip. I'm estimating that we need about $600 for this meal. So all the money that is raised from our teacher lunches will go to this. I will have the students meet with me after school, like a day or two before our lunch, to help prepare so that they can have some ownership of that meal. I have some meal ideas in which I'm open to other suggestions as well, but these are ones that we did in the past that work really well. We're going to have our baked potato bar. We're going to have our Skyline bar. And I've also thought this year of having pulled pork barbecue and mac and cheese. Our soup one went over really well last year. I ran out of potato soup, so we'll have to do a double or triple batch of potato soup this year, and either veggie soup or tortilla soup. Also, if I can get some of the parents to help, possibly we can do a grill out to where we have hamburgers and mets and brats and stuff like that. Each lunch costs $5 for the teacher, and last year we raised on average about $150 per lunch. So it is a good fundraiser to get the faculty helping us out as well. So what we'll do is I won't have to have each student bring in as much as I did last year since I have 12 of them. So I won't be meeting with them every other week to get an update on their EKU class and anything that we have fundraising wise during lunch. So then we'd have the sign up. I'll send out the sign up about a week in advance. That way we can get that ball rolling and you won't have to get it all last minute. So to the kids, we'll also be making flyers that we can give the teachers so we can get them a little bit of a notice and keep it on their mind. I'm hoping that we get back to normal, and I'm hoping that we can get this. I'm also looking into getting trip insurance this year. After this past year, I know that this year's trip made it by the hair of their chinny chin chins, but I am going to do the trip insurance. That way, if we have to cancel it, we can have it in the summer because I want these kids to have this trip. So I want to make sure that we will be able to reschedule it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And also, parents, I put this in the email. Please let me know a day and time that works best for you, and we'll go with the majority, and we'll have another Google Meet that you can get on through your child's student email to where we can go over some ideas and I can check in with you guys every once in a while. So for now, stay safe, stay home. I will have my mask on most probably at school when you guys all stop by, and I look forward to seeing you guys all today. Bye.